Hello everyone and welcome back to Lucky Loaders 15, where I'll be giving you 2 tips for tomorrow's racing, where I'll be focusing on the action at Nottingham. We still do have my nap to run tonight at Chelmsford, so fingers crossed we can have a winner there. But yeah, unfortunately I can't give you an update on that. But like I said, 2 tips for tomorrow's racing, where we're going to be starting tomorrow with my next best, which runs in the 3:10 at Nottingham tomorrow. Got a nice card there for this stage of the season, but yeah, I think there's a few chances there to have a bet. And like I said, start with my next best in the 3:10, where I'm going to be going with a filly here called Narcissus for Adam Kirby and Clive Cox. Now, you can currently back this filly at the time recording at 5-2, and I'm going to recommend a 1-point win bet here. Now, this horse has been running quite a lot in the winter on new weather, but she's got some decent form next to her name, and her last time out run at Kempton I thought was a good run, where she beat Norton Thought Boy that day of Phil McEntee's, who's been an absolute revelation for him this winter, and he ended up going on to become the most winning horse on the all-weather. So I think thrashing him that day was definitely a good run. You could probably obviously put a line through that run for Norton Thought Boy, but she's been running in some decent company, and I think her mark of 80 is very exploitable. Also as well, if you look at her profile, she's got plenty of pace. She's actually been tried on her last couple of starts over 6 furlongs, and I think maybe she's just a tad vulnerable there, but I think dropping back in trip tomorrow down to 5 furlongs I think will really suit her. She's a horse that's very versatile ground wise. I think actually the faster ground tomorrow will suit her, and I think off the mark of 80 in this company she's got leading claims, and with some recent runs under her belt I think she's got a really great chance. Also as well, Clive Cox's team have been in okay form. They haven't had too many runners of late, but they are amongst the winners. You might remember they had Diligent Harry on all-weather finals day, so a lot of things to like about this filly's chance tomorrow. And if Adam Kirby can get into a good prominent position, I think this filly might just about take all the beating, and that's why she's going to be my next best tomorrow in the 3:10 at Nottingham. We then go to my nap, which runs in the 3:40, the conditions race, one of the feature races on the card there tomorrow. Some decent types in here, but I thought one in here stood out to me, and that was Ben Macdui for Kevin Stott and Kevin Ryan. Now, this horse has got some nice form next to his name, so have the others, but I just thought tomorrow he might be the one to be with. Now, if you look at his profile last season, he started off really well. He won on his debut at Hamilton, and then he went to Glorious Goodwood, where he outrun his odds of 16-1 that day, where he finished a close second behind Steel Ball of Michael O'Callaghan's. Now, Steel Ball went on to have a couple of issues, but I still think that was a really smart race at the time. And after that, he went to York, where he ran on soft ground, and I think you can forgive him that. I think he's clearly not a soft ground merchant. And also as well, in his last run of last season, he finished in 6th place over 6 furlongs at York, and I think maybe he could step up in trip in time, but I just think the fact that he had a lot of raw speed early on last season suggests that going over 5 furlongs and starting out over this trip tomorrow will definitely suit him. I could see him maybe later on getting 6 furlongs, and if he was to win tomorrow, you definitely got to think that graded company would definitely be on the agenda. Maybe a race like the Pavilion Stakes at Ascot on Royal Ascot Trials Day in early May, or maybe a race like the Commonwealth Cup down the line could be well on his agenda, you know, those kind of races, because you'd like to think that on his pedigree he would get maybe 6 or 7 furlongs, but what we've seen so far, he does show a lot of good early pace, and Kevin Ryan does really well with his sprinters. His yard have been in fairly decent form already. They had a treble on Good Friday. They were unlucky, I thought, not to have a double today. They had a winner at Pontefract, and they also as well had another horse called Uncle Jumbo, who was very unlucky in the running, and I think he's definitely a horse to be keeping on side this season. So the yard are in fairly decent form, and I just think Ben Macdui, with his good record fresh, I thought the drop down to 5 furlongs tomorrow and the ground in his favour, I expect a big run from him, and I think 3-1 he's the wrong price here, and I think he should be actually the favourite, but I can see why some people might like some of the others, but I just thought he had more tixes in the boxes tomorrow, and for me that's why he's going to be my nap of the day, and I'm going to recommend a 1-point win bet on him there. So like I said, they're the 2 tips for tomorrow's racing. In the 310 at Nottingham, Night Narcissus is the next bet of the day, 5-2 1 point win bet. And in the 340 at Nottingham, the next race there, Ben Macdui is the nap at 3-1 1 point win only bet. So they're the 2 tips for tomorrow's racing. If you're enjoying these videos, please remember to hit the thumbs up button, and also as well subscribe here to my YouTube channel of Lucky Loaders 15. Also as well, if you want to follow me on social media, the only place you can do so is on Twitter, where my handle is at LuckyLoader15. And if you want to find out a little bit more about myself, my website address is www.chrisloaderracing.co.uk. So please game responsibly. Hopefully we can have a couple of winners tomorrow, and we'll be seeing you soon.